Senator, good to see you.
I think you all have more Florida members on this committee than any other state, maybe outpaced by California.
We got a big interest. So do you. I've been listening. I heard, and it kind of expanded as we went along, all of the amount of information that you're gathering just from being in space, collecting data. And that certainly is useful data. I was wondering, how does NASA partner with other government agencies, even local and state agencies, to utilize that from hurricanes in our area, but also there's wildfires, floods, and all kinds of other natural disasters. Is there a way, or just tell me, what's going on right now with that?
The extensive sharing of data among U.S. government agencies with NASA is just unbelievable. I didn't realize until I got into this position how extensive it is. Now, I'll give you a good example. We in Florida, of course, are concerned about the direction and the ferocity of an inbound hurricane. All right? You've got all these assets up there that are measuring all kinds of different items that affect the intensity and the direction of that hurricane. These are all, in large part, assets that are in space. We have the buoys on the ocean that help us, and we have airplanes that fly through and above the hurricane, but we've also got these assets in space that are giving us all kinds of new measurements. And that's just one example on the sharing of data.
So is there, we have, I was thinking about in Florida, we have, speaking of hurricanes, we have these emergency operations centers all over, and there's police and fire, and everybody has a lot of people have a seat at the table. If you're, and I'm sure you've been to one before, and they're all moving and working at pieces as some, let's say, hurricane or some other disaster is coming. Are those pieces of information shared there, or can they be, or should they be?
The data about...
Yeah, the data that they have. So now it's in action, it's happening, it's a live storm, and these people are reacting locally to, there's going to be a local flood, or there's going to be a local windstorm problem of some kind. Is that information shared even with those local EOCs?
Yes, sir. And let me give you another example. Some of the spacecraft that we have, for example, will measure the amount of moisture content in the atmosphere. And this is going to be even more evident in these great observatories that we're going to put up, because measuring what's happening in the atmosphere. Now, moisture content of the atmosphere is a major component when we're trying to figure out what that hurricane is going to do in the future, and the direction, and the intensity, and the temperature of that atmosphere, and the temperature of the surface of the ocean, and even the temperature underneath the surface of the ocean. And a lot of that is coming from the very instruments that NASA has designed, built, and launched, and then turned over to NOAA to operate.
So that, yeah, I can see that. Even the moisture content when it comes to flooding and other things, because that's also a problem and aftermath. A lot of times the wind's already gone, the news story's already gone, and then our rivers filled up, and later on, even sometimes a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, is the surge of what happens. That's probably pretty awesome thing. Well, I've learned something today. That's a lot more information than I even knew about. So thank you for coming. Congratulations on your new position. I know you do a fantastic job. We really appreciate you coming today.
Thank you,
Good to see you again.
Thank you.